Hi, I'm Amy. I'm going to take you through a Pilates hip workout today. These are progressions of the exercises that I taught in my last class, which was a foundations class. So we're going to pick up where we left off. Go ahead and lie down on your back, and first just warming up a little bit of mobility of the hips. So starting with a pelvic curl, you're going to press through your feet and start to roll the hips up into the air and roll back down into the mat. Stretch your knees out over your feet, looking for an openness through the front of your hips. Roll down on the inhale and exhale back up. Roll down. Just a couple more, looking to be open and stretch through the front of the hips without any compression in the low back. And one more time. So that's our hip extension. Now we're going to warm up a bit of hip flexion. So starting with the left hip, we'll flex it up and down. Looking to move the thigh bone in the hip socket without any motion of the low back or pelvis. Using the muscles in your core, specifically your psoas muscle, you don't want to feel that there's a lot of activity in the thigh. So move the right leg up and down. Think of the head of the thigh bone dropping down into the hip socket as you come up. So you shouldn't be feeling any compression or irritation in the front of that hip. Lift that right leg up. Take the left leg up too, so you're in tabletop. Now working into some hip rotation. On the inhale, take the left knee, drop it out to the side as far as you can without rocking the body with it, and pull back up. Stay on the left side. Inhale, press the left knee out. Exhale, squeeze the inner thighs and low abs to come back in. You may feel just some work in the back of the left hip where your hip rotators are. Inhale, exhale. Every exhale, navel pulling up and into your spine. Get that lift through your pelvic floor. And that's just going to make sure that you're moving your thigh bone on a very stable pelvis. And right leg. Inhale, dropping out to the side, and exhale, pull back up. Feel the right glute pressing out, and inner thigh and abs pulling back in. Last two. And last one. And back up to your tabletop position. Just give your knees a little bit of a hug. You can go for a little hip circle here and the other way. Just feeling you're stirring the thigh bone in your hip socket. And last one. Now we're going to stay on tabletop, but take your feet into Pilates V. So your heels squeeze together and your knees are open. Make sure your pelvis is still level. You're even from left hip to right hip. And then squeeze your heels together. And when you do that, you should feel your inner thighs engage. So hold this frog position, hands behind your head. Curl up your head, neck, and shoulders. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, keep squeezing the inner thighs. Send your legs out away from you and pull back in. Stretch and pull back in. Your breath can be in either direction here. But whenever you do exhale, make sure that you're drawing your navel into your spine. You never want to see that your abs are pushing out. That would indicate that you're using your more superficial ab muscles rather than the deep stabilizers. Now press out and hold. We're going to keep the emphasis on the inner thighs, and we're going to inhale, open, and exhale, squeeze. Keep reaching the heels out away from you. Squeeze the inner thighs together on the exhale. Let that facilitate a pelvic floor and low ab contraction. And last one, find that frog, pull back in, grab your knees, and take a breather. Now we're going to go back into that footwork. This time your legs are back into a tabletop. You're squeezing your knees and feet together so you still feel that engagement of your inner thighs. Curl up your head, neck, and shoulders. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, stretch out and pull in. Exhale, navel drawing into your spine. And then press out and hold. We're going to point and flex the toes. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. When you point your toes, let that fire up the whole posterior chain of your legs. Last one. Bend your knees in and lower down. Now we're going to go back into some bridging. This time the emphasis is going to be more on the work of our glutes rather than just the mobility of our hips. So, pressing down through the heels, big toe mound, little toe mound again. Inhale to prepare, exhale, engage the abs. Use the glutes to press yourself up into your bridge. And roll back down. Inhale and exhale, lift up. Make sure you're really finding the glutes in your bridge, not just your hamstrings or your back muscles. And lower down, and this time bridge up. We're going to hold the bridge up and go into a butterfly. So like we've done before, we're going to inhale, open the knees out to the side, and exhale, squeeze the inner thighs back in together. Inhale, glutes press out. Exhale, inner thighs, pelvic floor, low abs, draw in. Inhale and exhale. If you would feel your back muscles or your hamstrings working too much, you could just drop your bridge down a little bit lower and work there. Last 3, 2, and 1. Inner thighs squeeze in together. Roll your spine back down to neutral. This time we're going to go back into the point and flex of your toes. And like in the last variation, when you do that heel lift, you'll want to feel it fire up the entire back of the leg. So feet flat first. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lifting up into your bridge. Inhale again. On your exhale, lift your heels up into the air. Inhale and exhale. Every time you exhale, pulling the navel up and into your spine, re-engaging the abs and the pelvic floor, which is going to help you get a better engagement of your gluteus maximus here. Last 3, and 2, 1, heels down, and roll your spine back down to the mat. We're going to go into some single leg variations here. So inhale to prepare. On your exhale, engage the abs first. Press through the heels. Find the glutes. And then float the left leg up to tabletop. You should feel a lot of work in the right glute. Now we're going to do a combination of movement. So first we're going to lower the left foot, float it back up, and then lower the right hip and press it back up. Lower left leg, lift, lower right hip, and lift. Lower and exhale, lift. Lower leg, exhale, lift. Lower hips, exhale, lift. 2 more times through. And lift up, left foot down, and lower your bridge back down. Reset your feet, make sure that they're even, and we'll do that on the other side. Let's go ahead and press through the feet, engage the abs, bridge up. Right leg floats up to tabletop. Make sure you're real engaged in that left glute. You'll lower and lift the right leg, lower and lift the left hip. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Left glute is always working to lift you up and then hold you there as the right leg does its dip. 2 more times through. Lower, lift, last one. Lower, lift, right foot down, and roll back down. Go ahead and come up from there, and we're going to go on to hands and knees. All right, so working some core and some glutes here. You're going to try to set up so that your shoulders are right over your wrists, your hips are right over your knee, and we just want to be in a neutral spine. So first, I'm just rocking that neutral spine back, reaching my sit bones back towards my heels, widening the sit bones just to feel a little bit of stretch through the back of the hips. One more time. And then coming up again to your neutral spine. Now you're going to stretch the left leg back behind you, and the right arm reaches up too. Feel that left glute working. Your spine is still neutral. And then pull the elbow and knee together. Exhale, reach long. So the left foot and the right arm are reaching away from each other. And inhale, pull together. When you reach out, make sure that your back doesn't arch or rotate. One more time, pull together and reach back. Now keep your left leg up, but put your right hand down. Now we're just going into left hip extension, so lower and lift. Lift on your exhale. Use that exhale to get deeper into your abs, enabling the left gluteus maximus to do all the leg work here. Last two. Now last one, leave that left leg lifted. You're going to take your right hand to the center, swing your right leg around so you're into a bit of a side plank position. Now make sure you stay really lifted on this right hip, and then now hip ab and adduction. Both glutes working. On your exhale, abs lifting up and in. That left leg stays up. You're going to reach it out and come up and lift into an inner thigh stretch. Now arms are going to come out to the side, and you're just going to hinge forward and put the hands down in front of you so you're back into a quadruped position. I'm just going to turn a little bit so you can see a different angle of the camera. So left leg out to the side, feeling that inner thigh stretch, neutral spine, and we're back into that quadruped rocking. Right hip reaching back to the right sit bone, and feeling that inner thigh stretch on the left side. Now, coming back up, you're going to take the right arm out to the side. So left leg and right arm are out. Feel energy between the left hand and the right knee. Keeping your stability, we're going to add in a twist. So inhale to prepare, and exhale, reach your right arm towards your left foot. Inhale, stretch up and out. Exhale, stretch under. Inhale and twist. Inhale, twist, and last one. Right, coming back to all fours and going on to the other side. Now we're going to take the right leg out and the left arm out. On the inhale, pulling the knee and the elbow together, and exhale, reach. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Last pull in, and reach back out. Keep the right leg lifted. Put the left hand down. Lift and lower the right leg. Inhale, exhale. Working the right glute. Always engaging the low abs to keep the spine neutral. Last two. Keep the leg lifted. Rotate that left hand and knee around so you come into a side support position again. Make sure you're fired up on that left glute, and then lift and lower the right leg using the right glute. Inhale, exhale. Last two lifts, and then keep the right leg up. Bring your body up and find that inner thigh stretch on this side. Hold for a couple of breaths, and then stretch back up. Again, you'll take that forward fold so the hands come down back to all fours with the right leg stretched out. And find your quadruped rocking here. Left hip reaches back to the left heel, and looking for a stretch in the right inner thigh. Last two. Come back up, shoulders right over the wrist, and then take your left arm out to the side. You'll inhale, stretch up, and then exhale, reach to your right foot. Inhale, stretch left. Exhale, stretch under. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the twist come up through your shoulder blades and your inner thighs. Last one, inhale and exhale. And then go ahead and bring the right knee back in. And then you're going to turn to your back, but propped up onto your elbows for a little bit of core and hip flexor work here. So you want to have a level pelvis and hands pressing down, supported through your shoulders. Float your legs up to tabletop. So one leg up and the other leg up. Your tailbone is going to stay anchored down onto the mat, and then inhale, lower your left leg down, exhale back up. Alternating side to side, keeping all the work into your low abs. Your pelvis and low back stay still, and you're just moving your thigh bone in the hip socket. And we'll start to do a reciprocal motion. Moving with your breath, allowing the breath to get you in deeper to the low abs. And left leg down. Next will be a single leg stretch. Go ahead and again, pulling both legs up to tabletop. And then starting with the left leg, we'll stretch out and pull it back in. Right leg stretch and pull back in. Your breath can be either way, but every time you take that exhale, you want to make sure you're pulling the navel deeper into your spine. Press the leg strongly out away from you with the glute, and then pull back in with your abs. Let's start a reciprocal motion here. One more each side, and then lower the legs back down. Now go ahead and stay propped up onto your elbow, but turn over onto your left side for a side plank. Really strong through the left side body. Inhale to prepare, and exhale, lift up into your side plank. Take the right leg out and the right arm overhead. So you want to feel really strong through the left side body, the left glute too, and then use the right glute to lift and lower. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now just lower your hips down, but stay propped up, strong in this left side, and hip flexion and extension. Inhale forward, exhale, press back. Feel your right glute working to press back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Last one forward, last one back, and then you'll lower down, head all the way down onto your arm. Now bend your right knee, pressing the right foot down into the mat. Make that leg active so you feel the right glute, maybe a little right inner thigh too. Stretch through the left leg, and we've got work in the left inner thigh. Lift on the exhale, and feel like you're lifting the left inner thigh up to the right inner thigh. As you exhale, draw the low abs in. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back up. We'll turn to the other side. Propped up onto your right elbow, finding a lot of strength through the right side body. Lift up, stretch your left leg out, and the left arm overhead. So finding a lot of work through that right glute to support you. Start using the left glute to lift and lower. Lifting on the exhale, keeping the abs in, ribs anchored back. 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, but stay very strong on your right side body. Lift that left leg, inhale forward, exhale back. Feel your left glute working to press you back. Feel your low abs working to keep you supported in this side support. One more forward. Last one back. Lie all the way down on your right side. Left leg crosses over and stretch long through the right leg as you lift and lower. Making sure that you're not getting any movement here in your pelvis. Abs are pulling in on every exhale, and right inner thigh is lifting up towards the left inner thigh. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next, we'll turn over face down. We're going to find a frog position again here, like we did on our backs earlier. So knees are wide, heels are together. Your forehead can just be straight down on your forearms. So here, to find a neutral spine, you're going to want to anchor your pubic bone down to ensure that your low back isn't arching here. And then like we did on our back, press your heels together. And when you do that again, feel some inner thighs. In this position, you may feel more glutes firing too. And we're just going to do an isometric press here a few times. So inhale to prepare. On your exhale, press your heels together and hold. Feel your glutes. Make sure you're lifting from pubic bone to navel to engage your pelvic floor. And then inhale and relax. On your exhale, squeezing the heels together. Getting that lift through your pelvic floor and low abs. Glutes are firing. And release. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze and hold. Feeling the glutes, abs, and inner thighs all working together. And release. Got 2 more times. Squeezing on the exhale. Make sure that your low back muscles are relaxed, not tensing here. Release. And then last one. On your exhale, heels squeeze into each other. Pubic bone is still anchored down. And lifting strongly through the low abs. All right, keep the knees wide. Take the legs straight. They're going to have a bit of a lift off the mat. And then on the exhale, inner thighs squeezing together. Inhale, open. Exhale, squeeze together. Inhale. As you squeeze together, reach long through the legs. Inhale, open. Exhale, pull together. Inner thighs pull together. Pelvic floor lifts up and in. Last 2, open and close. Open. Inner thighs stay squeezing together. And you're going into a quick swimming flutter kick here. As you inhale deeply and exhale. Inhale. And exhale to engage your abs more, allowing the glutes to fire up. Last breath, inhale and exhale. And lower down. Go ahead and press up. You can go back into a child's pose to stretch your back. Breathe deeply into your back. And exhale, letting tension there go. Alright, coming back up, we're going into a half kneel. So I'm going to keep my left knee down to begin. Take the right foot forward. And we're going to look for a long line, left knee pressing down, tall through the crown of your head. You're going to press your tailbone slightly forward towards your pubic bone, and then lift from pubic bone to navel. So you're very engaged through the low abs. You're going to feel a little energy of the inner thighs together, and we're going to add in a twist. So you're going to, on your exhale, lift through your low abs and twist to the right. Inhale, center, and exhale, twist to the left. And right, and left. So again, you feel your upper back twisting between your shoulder blades. You also should be getting into some hip rotation here too. So maybe feeling your glutes and your inner thighs activate as well. Last one to the right. Inhale, exhale, twist left. Come back to the center. You're going to take your left arm up. I'm going to press my right foot forward a little bit. And then finding that posterior pelvic tilt, so the tailbone presses forward. Lift pubic bone to navel. You're going to press forward into a left psoas stretch. And you can side bend to your right. And we'll hold this for an inhale. On the exhale, lift more from pubic bone to navel. Feel the left glute engaged to support you. And then come back up. Take your right arm up too. You can press your hips forward again. This time into a back bend. So shoulders down, ears back, upper arm bones back. And take an inhale and an exhale. And then we'll reverse that. Bringing the hands down, the right leg can stretch out in front of you. And just sitting back into a right hamstring stretch. And then go ahead and bring that right knee back. We'll set up for the other side. So now left knee in front of you. Taking a moment, just finding a stable half kneel. A little inner thighs squeeze together. Tailbone pressing forward. Lift from pubic bone to navel and hands behind your head. We're back into that rotation. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift through the abs and twist your left first. Inhale and exhale, open up to the right. Inhale and exhale, grow taller as you twist left. Inhale and exhale, right. Lengthen all the way up from your right knee out through the crown of your head. Twist is through your shoulder blades, but you may also feel your glutes and your inner thighs getting some twist there as well. Last time to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Now sneaking my left foot forward a little bit. Right arm lifts up. Press the hips forward without arching your low back. So you're really keeping the tailbone curled under. Feel that stretch in the front of your right thigh, and you can side bend over to your left. Stretching the right psoas. You want to feel the stretch all the way from your right knee up to your ribs. And then come back up, left arm up too. Keep pressing the tailbone forward, lifting pubic bone to navel to find your back bend. So shoulder blades pull down, ears back, upper arm bones back, and hold for an inhale. Under exhale, lift your abs up and in more, and then fold forward, straighten your left leg, hamstring stretch. Great job. All right. Back into some glute work, gluteus maximus work. We're going to come into a leg pull or table position. Arms can be fingers forward or side or back, just whatever works best for your shoulders is fine. So we're going to inhale to prepare. On your exhale, press through your heels especially, energy through your inner thighs, and lift up as high as you can, feeling a stretch in the front of your hips without compromising any other parts of your body. And lower down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hold this one up, going into a single leg variation. Feel the right glute firing to support you. Lift and lower the left leg. Inhale, exhale. Two more. And lower back down. Got the same thing on the other side. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, engage the abs first to find that strong contraction of your glutes lifting you up into your table. Float the right leg up. Feel the left glute working. Lift and lower. Make sure your pelvis stays level. Your abs are working a lot to move that right leg and stabilize your spine. Last lift, foot down and lower down. Now we've got a straight leg variation of this. So legs straight out in front of you. Hands back to whatever variation feels best for you. And now with straight legs, press your heels down into the mat. So you feel the back of your legs fire up a little bit here. On your exhale, find that low ab engagement first, so lift of navel to spine, and then use the glutes to lift up into leg pull. Lower the hips down. Inhale, press through your heels, engage the abs, press through the glutes to lift up. And lower down. We've got two more times. Inhale to prepare. Feel energy still through the inner thighs. Lower down. And one more time. Heels press, abs lift, inner thighs and glutes squeeze. Inhale and exhale, scoop deeper and lower down. Legs stay straight, arms are in front of you. Start to roll back one bone at a time. Anchor down through your inner thighs. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll all the way back up. One bone at a time. Navel always drawing into your spine, never pushing out. One more like that. And roll back up. Now we're taking a single leg variation of that. So as you roll back, your straight right leg is going to float up. So exhale, rolling back, really anchor that left leg down. Inhale at the bottom, exhale, roll back up, right leg lowers down. We'll switch legs. Inhale to prepare, exhale, float the left leg up as you roll back. Stretch and exhale. Roll back up. Inhale and exhale, right leg floats up, pelvis stays even and level. Inhale at the bottom, exhale. Roll back up, left leg floats up. Anchor down through that right leg strongly. Now this time we'll float the right leg up, roll all the way down, stay down, arms press out, single leg circle. So we're keeping the ribs, the pelvis anchored down and moving the thigh bone in the hip socket. Inhale across, exhale around. And reverse. Inhale and exhale. 3 more. 2 more. And last 1. Bend your left knee to take a figure 4 stretch. Right ankle across over your left knee. Push the right knee out away from you with your hand or your right glute. Coming into a figure 4 twist, you're going to take your right foot down to the floor if you can. Your gaze can go to the right. Think about reaching the right sit bone out away from you so you're very long on the right side of your body and feeling a stretch into the right hip. We'll inhale and exhale. And come back up. Go ahead and slide your right leg out away from you. Your left leg comes up for the single leg circle. So your right leg is going to strongly anchor down through the inner thigh more than the outer part of the hip. And then inhaling across your body only as far as you can without taking that left hip with you and circle around. 3 more. Ribs and pelvis stay anchored down. Reverse. Inhale and exhale. Your core is guiding this motion more than anything else. Last 2. Last circle. Bend that right knee up. Take your figure 4. Pressing your left knee out away from you. And then engaging your abs as you twist your feet to the right. Look to your left. Looking for a lot of length down the left side of your body. That left sit bone is reaching out away from you. So you feel a stretch down the side of your spine and through your left glute. Inhale and exhale. And go ahead and come back up. Pull your knees into your chest. Roll up. And you are finished. Thanks so much for doing this hip workout with me.